Brace yourselves, because Prince Andrew's final fall is unfolding right before our eyes. The 2026 Epstein release has exposed shocking new details that could end his royal career for good. From hidden associations to scandalous revelations, these new documents threaten to shatter what's left of Andrew's reputation and ignite outrage across the UK and around the world. How much more is there to uncover, and what does this mean for the future of the monarchy? Stay tuned, because we're about to reveal every jaw-dropping detail from the 2026 Epstein release that's rocking the royal world. You won't want to miss what's coming next. The latest Epstein files, unveiling the truth. In early 2026, a trove of documents from the US Department of Justice and the FBI was made public, revealing startling new details about Epstein's extensive network and his connections to influential figures worldwide. Among these revelations are emails and reports indicating that Prince Andrew, the younger brother of King Charles III, shared sensitive British trade documents with Epstein in 2010, a period when Epstein was reportedly under investigation for his sex trafficking operations. The documents suggest that Andrew, then a government envoy, forwarded reports about Vietnam, Singapore, and other nations related to his official trips. These reports, which typically contain confidential commercial and diplomatic information, appear to have been shared with Epstein, raising serious questions about breach of protocol and confidentiality. The controversy over sharing. Sensitive documents. Trade envoys are bound by strict confidentiality rules designed to protect national security and commercial interests. Sharing such documents with a known sex offender and convicted criminal like Epstein not only breaches diplomatic protocols, but also raises concerns about the security and integrity of British intelligence and trade operations. Andrew has consistently denied any wrongdoing, asserting that he was unaware of Epstein's illegal activities and that his interactions with Epstein were purely social or diplomatic. Since the release of the files, Andrew has not responded publicly to the new allegations, maintaining a silence that many interpret as acknowledgement of the gravity of the situation. Moving out and public backlash. The revelations have led to immediate consequences for the royal family. Most notably, Prince Andrew has moved out of his Royal Lodge home in Windsor earlier than expected. The move, initially scheduled for early 2026, was accelerated amid mounting pressure and media scrutiny. Andrew is now residing temporarily at Wood Farm on the Sandringham estate in Norfolk, while his official residence undergoes renovations. The Royal Lodge lease, which was a significant point of controversy, was terminated, with Buckingham Palace confirming that Andrew was served formal notice to surrender the property. The lease, which he had entered into in 2003, was considered a symbol of privilege that became increasingly problematic in light of the Epstein scandal. The property, owned by the Crown Estate, was leased to Andrew for a 75-year term, with reports suggesting he paid more than £8 million up front, effectively buying out future rent obligations. The decision to move Andrew to Sandringham, a private estate owned by the king, was seen as a strategic move to distance the royal family from the controversy. It also symbolized a recognition that Andrew's association with Epstein has become a liability, both publicly and privately. The royal family's response and public sentiment. The royal family, traditionally cautious in handling scandals, has been under immense pressure to respond decisively. Prince William and Kate Middleton issued a statement expressing their deep concern over the latest revelations, marking a significant departure from previous reticence. This pointed commentary indicates that the scandal has reached a level where even the heirs to the throne are compelled to speak out. King Charles, meanwhile, has faced heckling during a public visit, with protesters demanding accountability for Andrew's actions and questioning the monarchy's integrity. The public's response has been a mix of outrage, disappointment, and a renewed call for transparency. Political ramifications. The Epstein files and UK leadership. The fallout extends beyond the royal family into the political realm. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer's government faces its own crisis after revelations surfaced about his appointment of Peter Mandolin as ambassador to the United States, a figure who, like Andrew, appears to have shared sensitive government information with Epstein. Mandelain, an acquaintance of Epstein, is under investigation for misconduct while in office. His appointment and subsequent resignation of a key aide have cast a shadow over Starmer's judgment and decision-making processes. Critics argue that the Epstein scandal has exposed broader issues of oversight, transparency, and accountability within the UK government. Andrew's moves and the continued scandal. In a move that signals the gravity of the situation, Prince Andrew has already begun relocating from Royal Lodge to Norfolk. Photographs captured him riding near Windsor and waving farewell to his previous home, images that were poorly received by the palace and the public alike. The move was reportedly accelerated by the latest Epstein disclosures, which have made his continued residence at Royal Lodge untenable. Andrew's departure from Windsor is more than a logistical change. It symbolizes the royal family's attempt to contain the scandal and mitigate its impact. The move to Sandringham, while providing him a private refuge, also signifies a retreat from public life, a stark contrast to his previous royal duties. The question of justice and accountability. The most pressing issue remains whether Andrew will face legal proceedings or be compelled to testify in the United States. Despite his steadfast denials of any wrongdoing, mounting evidence, images, emails, and witness testimonies paint a troubling picture. Victims of Epstein, including Virginia Giuffre, have called for Andrew to testify, arguing that his silence undermines justice. Giuffre, who settled her civil lawsuit against Andrew for an estimated £12 million, claimed she was trafficked and forced into sexual encounters with him when she was just 17. Her allegations, along with other testimonies, have kept public pressure mounting. In 2019, Andrew's infamous BBC interview attempting to dismiss these allegations was widely regarded as a disaster, further damaging his reputation. Now, with the release of the new files, the pressure to cooperate with U.S. authorities has intensified. Many legal experts believe that Andrew's potential testimony could be pivotal in exposing the full extent of Epstein's criminal network. The broader impact on the monarchy. The Epstein scandal has profoundly damaged the reputation of the British monarchy, exposing vulnerabilities and raising questions about transparency, privilege, and accountability. The royal family's handling of Andrew's situation has come under scrutiny, with critics arguing that slow or inadequate responses have only worsened the damage. The move to distance Andrew from royal duties and residences is seen as an attempt by the monarchy to protect its remaining reputation. However, the damage may be irreversible, with public trust eroding and calls for reform gaining momentum. The future of Prince Andrew. What lies ahead for Prince Andrew remains uncertain. The new evidence and ongoing investigations cast a long shadow over his future role, both within the royal family and in public life. It is increasingly likely that Andrew will remain in Norfolk, effectively sidelined, while legal proceedings and further disclosures continue. His potential testimony in the U.S. could serve as a turning point, either as a chance for redemption or as a confirmation of guilt. Regardless, the once controversial prince finds himself at the center of a scandal that may define his legacy forever. The end of an era? Prince Andrew's association with Jeffrey Epstein has become one of the most damaging scandals in modern royal history. The 2026 release of Epstein files has provided a detailed and unsettling portrait of his alleged involvement, forcing the monarchy into crisis mode. With his move to Norfolk, the suspension of royal duties, and the mounting legal and public pressure, Andrew's fall from grace appears to be nearing its conclusion. Whether this signifies the end of his royal career or a long, drawn-out process of legal and social reckonings remains to be seen. What is certain is that the Epstein revelations have irrevocably altered the narrative surrounding the British royal family, shaking its foundations and challenging its commitment to transparency and justice in an era demanding accountability.